Ladies and Germans, we're back. This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Rangru, hello.
And guys, you know, it's the two of us. It means it's more time for more Steel Division Normandy 44. This is the PDX tournament, and Rang at Saint Mare-Eglaise, and it looks like it's happened. Who do we have?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have the SSB Commandos, being played as by the man who changed career. Which man that could be, I'm gonna let you to you, the viewer, and which career as well. And on the right-hand side, we have Cadilakor. We've seen him a few times, but today he's playing as the 16th Luftwaffe division.
Now, remind me, I know we haven't seen the SSB, but I don't think we've seen the 16th either yet, have we?
No, we've hardly seen 16th all much. And same with SSB. I'd say both of them aren't exactly great 1v1 decks, but fighting against one another, and also on more of an infantry-focused map, it's pretty durable, I have to say.
So what do you want to bet? Are we going to see the firecrackers coming on out today, the confetti, or no?
Oof, I don't know. Last time I said we see confetti, we didn't see confetti, but judging by its map and just how town-focused it is, you know, a bit of that rocket artillery confetti would be a pretty good choice, I'd have to say.
That's true. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing the 1812 Overture happen for the middle of the map for 5 minutes. That'd be pretty epic.
That would be pretty fun, and that'd give us pretty much a 5-minute break. We'd go upstairs, you know, get a drink and come back, and, you know, it'd still be going on.
Exactly. It doesn't look like these guys are going to give us much time to talk anywhere else, though. We're starting on off here, and as expected, a pell-mell rush from both sides to take that town.
It's both sides are pretty infantry-focused. The man got them all reserves, crappy infantry, while Cadilakor has that 2-star British veterancy on his side. So it's going to be a battle of numbers versus a battle of stars.
Now, are you sure we have that back ways around? Because I have the Korea playing as the SSB, is that not true?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, I think we're on the same game, I'm not sure. Now, help me if I'm wrong here, but whoever wins this game moves on to the next round, yes?
Exactly.
Guys, we would love to give you as many games as possible. Unfortunately, we just will not go. Oh my gosh, never mind. Screw that comment.
Jesus, look at the Flamen-Werfer. He's just worthing Flamens.
Yes, he is. He has some close close combat. He still takes him out. 6 men to 1. He takes him out.
How
Piece
is he
of
still
cake.
alive? Wow, that one Flammenwerfer play mixed in with the Luftwaffe Pioneers completely annihilated that British force. I was not expecting that.
I know. I mean, those guys are so sticky in the first place. All of the SSB troops. So having that happen here is just devastating.
Yeah, and look, he's going after the commando leader. No holds barred. You are completely right, considering, you know, just how good commando infantry is. But it seems like this is going to be a battle of satchel charges.
Indeed. Now, the one thing I find kind of funny is I said about rushing on in, we still have 5 half-tracks that are going super slow. No, not even the half-tracks. Oh my god, never mind.
The FT-17s. I mean, they're eventually going to get you. Eventually.
For some reason, I look at them, I always think half-track. I don't know why. I think it's a silhouette.
Well, you know, half-track would probably be a better investment.
That's true. Flak 88 on the north, by the way, it's a 36. He's definitely going to blow out that Humber the first he sees him.
Yeah.
And I have to be a little bit more concerned about that Centaur as well.
Oh yeah, that Centaur will, if it gets first hit, I don't think our flank's going to have a good time.
I would agree. Now, down the south, we are seeing a lot rather adventurous SSB troops. We have a Bren coming on down, so it's Brit against Brit captured material. This is kind of fun. I don't think I've actually ever seen one of these things getting put in just yet. It's such an awkward silhouette.
Yeah, it's weird, to say the least. I mean, if you really need to put a 20mm cannon on top of a universal carrier, yeah. And there you go. I mean, the bloody flak gun itself is largely in the universal carrier, to be honest.
Very, very true. Forgive me, I was taking a look in the middle to see that we did have a Sicherungs... Again, I don't even want to call it a tank. Like an armored car thing, taking out some actual infantry, so the Germans can control, what, 75% of the town, 2/3 of the town already?
Yeah, they pretty much got it, and the SSB aren't sending some reinforcements now, but that initial, like, blowing up of all the SSB infantry did a huge dent in that initial town, and really this is going to be in Korea's hand.
That is... Oh, no, again, Caddy's the Germans.
Oh, yeah, god damn it. I keep seeing red and I'm like, oh, it's the red one. Bloody hell. Like,
Okay, just because he might be from that particular Korea doesn't mean he's red. Worth noting, in the meantime, Flak 88 to the north got taken on out by that Centaur, which is super surprising to me. I mean, but then again, I guess the anti-infantry component of it is pretty devastating.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And just up north, like, I think for Korea playing as SSB,
there we go.
Yeah, I finally got it. It's going to be more about the flanks and trying to take control of that.
Now, do we know if this is the pre-patch or post-patch match?
I'm
sure Caddy will step in on into one of our videos to tell us later on, but I wish I could tell people right about now, because didn't SSB get themselves a little bit of new fun?
Oh, this is post. Yeah, this is post-patch because they got 11 AP Sherman.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's post-patch.
Okay. New Flak 36 comes on out. Transmission's damaged on the Centaur, so the question is who gets that next shot off. I think it's going to be that Flak. Oh no, it gets pinned.
Oh, that was saved by a nick of time. Just a second more, and that Flak 88 could have got the kill. But
that would have been a big loss.
That would have been a huge loss because that Centaur's really pulling its rate up north, and it's going to be a huge counter knocking out yours 88mm.
Now we do have those ugly little French wannabes. All going, I say rushing down the main road as much as you can rush. And that DD Sherman, he's just throwing rounds right back down the main arterial. I'm surprised none of them has died yet.
I know, I mean, even with the accuracy buff, that should be getting a kill. I guess there's too many targets to shoot at. But finally, track's broken at. FT-17's buggered. But for Korea, he really has the tank advantage. You can get a lot of Shermans, he's got ill Centaurs. So trying to use the tanks to try and knock out and, you know, destroy Cadilakor's infantry from afar will be his best bet in trying to come back at his match so far.
And he's starting to have to do that here. Oh no, wait, never mind, he's ahead.
Yeah, he's ahead just by, I think it's just because he has the flanks. I mean, look at the top flank.
True.
There's quite a bit of ground held by that one Centaur, but really, if that Centaur goes down and we do have an AT gun being set up north, it won't be good. That won't be good. Yeah, I think the Centaur's going to shoot the AT gun. Never mind. He could shoot it, he just doesn't have eyes on, I believe.
He was loading up for something. I don't know what it was.
No, he's shooting at the Luftwaffe Jaegers.
Well, Flak 36 is going to get a beautiful shot from way downtown. Oh, just barely misses to the right.
Yeah. And Centaur's going to get a second shot, or first shot, really. And damn! Direct hit!
By the way, to the south, we have a complete reversal. Thank you very much, Bren Carrier.
Oh, wow.
And we have one Marine falling on back. There's nothing else. There were snipers down there. There was so much garbage, and now it's all dead, Jim. It's never coming back.
Yeah, a lot of Commando infantry has been going down this match, and that is really the big issue for Commandos, is can't get much more infantry, follows the 6 airborne problem. So, if he loses all his infantry to attrition, that's not going to be good come later game, because Cadilakor can have a better job in keeping his infantry alive, or just being able to pump more guys out throughout the match.
Very true, very true. Now, I do enjoy seeing the 16th Luftwaffe because, well, if nothing else, we get to see the Faust Patrol, or at least that's the hope for me.
Oh yeah, and the Flaxy violin.
True.
And that thing will just make a plane run away before it even shoots, just by looking at it.
Sherman gets smoked on out, by the way. Mortar's doing their work, but he's going to charge on through the smoke, and there's nobody really there to even combat that.
No, unfortunately only has the Luftwaffe Pioneers, which are great against infantry, but yeah, Sherman's going to have a field day, and too bad he doesn't have like a single Luftwaffe Jaeger nearby to try and contest it. Sherman, or heck, even a Panzerschreck.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Good lord.
Yeah, Panzerschreck would be absolutely perfect to deal in with Sherman, but it's exactly what Korea needs to be doing. He needs to be getting the tanks, he needs to be using that to his advantage, because those Sherman DDs are very scary. But the artillery right now, good use there of the 50mm, smoking up the area and stunning up the infantry, forcing him to fall back, buying him some time.
Now, I'm continuing to watch over here this random duel between the Flak 36 and this Centaur. And wow, that Centaur's got tons of efficiency on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Pack 38 will finally get the kill, if he can get first hit, of course. But
True.
The main thing is the Commando's portion now starting to break through, and that's just a good amount of ground under Commando control.
Yeah, but even as you say that, we're getting a couple more squads. We're getting some AT to the front. My guess is those guys are going to the middle.
Yeah.
And some arty coming in as well.
Yeah, I believe that. Is that one of the Russian pieces? Yeah, it's one of the Russian pieces. The ZIS-3.
Yep. Yeah, that's good because the Pac 38 just went down.
I wanna see that Centaur's kill list after the match because that's like 2 flak 80H already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a pretty lucky Centaur. He should have died a while ago, I think.
Look at this way. I mean, he should have good aim. He is a Centaur after all. Anybody out there knows their mythology? Those guys are great.
And pretty fast unless you have the transmission damage.
That's true. That's true. It kind of hobbles that horse, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. 3-legged horse in a horse race.
Send him to the knackers. Commando 6 is actually, we're going to see a couple more snipers called into the field. I'm wondering, does this mean that Korea has run out of Phase A infantry?
I mean, it's probably pretty low. In Phase B, you can get some more reinforcements, but just considering the losses he's taken, especially in that initial engagement and all the way down south, I don't think he's going to be doing a good time in keeping his infantry alive.
Sounds about accurate.
Alive for the rest of the match, because look, the sniper team's already been damaged quite a bit, and every man loss for Commando Squad is a pretty big deal, because you really don't have that much infantry.
Very, very accurate. Now, I have to say, I do enjoy having this Flak Panzer so far over here. He is just holding down the fort. I'm trying to figure out... Okay, so we have a Panzer Strike Squad in the middle. Yep. The Faust Patrol's way down to the south, but they're not going to get into range. I almost sincerely doubt that.
Yeah, I think that Sherman's going to... Well, maybe the Sherman is getting rather close, so Luftwaffe Jäger could get the kill with that Faust Patrol. And the Sherman in the middle, I think, maybe he's kind of realized...
Nope, Henkel.
Oh, Henkel.
He might pay with it for his life, but...
There's one Hellcat, so I don't think unless the Flak Panzer can stun up the Hellcat...
He's not going to.
Yeah.
That Henkel's dead, the 129's gone.
And that's such a dangerous thing about using Henkels. Any of them is... Well, unless you're flying against a Hellcat, they just die so quickly. Unless you have one fighter. You need a fighter, really, to bring out Henkel. But at the same time, buying a fighter is pretty expensive.
True. Very, very true.
Oh, will they get the kill?
Honestly, I looked away for half a second. Oh no! It's ME-109 coming on in as well.
Wow, that was a good save here. A good save, and now would be the time to fall back to Hellcat. And I do want to note, Khan, we are into Phase B.
Very, very true. Actually, I apologize, guys, for turning my camera away personally. I'm just getting over a bit of laryngitis. So I had to cough a little bit. If I go dark for a few seconds, that's what I'm doing. But Phase B, so this is really where the rubber meets the road for the SSB, isn't it? They have no support. Meanwhile, the 16th just grows and just explodes exponentially, yeah?
Yeah, for the 16th player, the idea usually in B phase is fly the planes. You get as many planes as you can, and just he has to make something happen in B phase to really have a good chance of winning his match. And really, for Korea, he's gonna have to try and hold. He has pretty good map control up north. He's still holding well, and in the middle, he's starting to get a little bit of that town back. But it's gonna be a bit tough considering you only have 80 points versus 150. Yeah, that's a big point difference.
Well, here's my question though. So why be aggressive at all if he controls 55 already? Why push?
Probably just try to keep on the pressure and maybe just try to get some ground. I mean, he does have infantry in B phase, and infantry isn't too expensive to buy for the commandos. So maybe his town fight will be his best interest. So if he wants to win that town fight, he really needs to knock out those 50mm mortars, because those things are deadly in a town, absolutely deadly. Because they're like a machine gun. They can just fire and quickly stun up those commando.
Well, there's one of them.
Oh, there we go. Brilliant mortar doing its work.
Indeed, indeed. And it's never going to get a Flak 36 coming the other direction. So, Caddy's trying to call in the big guns, it looks like, and the man who changed Korea just is happy playing it light.
Yeah, so I mean, he pretty much has to play it light. He's getting a Bofors in the middle, which is a interesting choice. I'm guessing that's going to try and cover the road, essentially. But that's a good choice, really.
Don't look, by the way, but that Centaur just killed a third Flak 88. The corpse of which is still in the road. That's just sobering. And the guy driving the Opel Blitz behind it has just hit it, and the other one too. Well done, guys.
Wow. Wow, that center is definitely up for nomination of MVP of the match so far.
Or MPV. I'm fine either way, calling it. I don't care. That works for me.
I mean, he knocked out that flat gun before it even got deployed. It was still in transit, essentially.
No, got one round off and missed super, super wide and then did nothing.
I think this is going to kill it finally. No! No.
He is close enough to get a lot of armor pen, though.
Yeah,
There we go.
Finally, okay, well, the center has been its last bullet, and I think for now would be a good time to try and push up. Never mind, there's a center coming right up to reinforce, but I know, I feel like Caddy may need to put some pressure up north to try and retake a bit of ground, because this is really quite a big chunk of map. For not a lot of bloodshed, really. It's rather barren.
I am continually surprised that we're not seeing... Oh, here's 2 more flak panzers. Actually, I kind of wonder, does that mean that Caddy's not going to run with that flak violin? Or, oh my gosh, I can't even think what it's called again. Help me out.
Flak violin.
So, thank you.
I know there's a Z in there somewhere, but, maybe not. I'd like to see it because it's a cool unit, but it's a very, like, niche unit because it's very expensive and you can really use it to shoot down planes. Well, if you just buy a Flak 36, or 88mm, I mean, that can shoot down planes really well, and it can also shoot tanks. And in a 1v1, especially against commandos, you can need to blow up tanks. That's a top priority, I'd say.
Sounds about right. It definitely seems fair. Now, we are still waiting at 59%. We're at +2 now for the man who changed Korea. And this is surprising.
Yeah, he's taking quite a bit of ground down south. He's managed to just capture huge swaths of land, and I don't think that Flak Panzer's gonna survive much longer, considering the Sherman is hot on his tail. And in the middle, I think just because Man has got the artillery advantage, he's artillerying the town effectively with his 1 3-inch mortar, slowly picking away at Cadilakor's forces, and maybe once he gets some infantry, he could do an attack, though he doesn't really have that much infantry to begin with.
Well, we do have a Trilly coming on in, by the way. Not sure it's going to do a whole lot of good necessarily. ME-109 comes in and is forced away immediately by the Seafire and the Hellcat. And
Yep, both forwards fire.
And immediately goes down. And good gosh, another Flak 36 coming on in. So Luftwaffe really? Not saying die, but they're losing vehicles everywhere. They're losing infantry everywhere.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I mean, up north, that center is going to be a huge pain in the butt, but really it's just because Man has the tank advantage on the field. He has like 2 centers, 2 Shermans on the field, and there's no real positions for Caddy to get good AT guns to try and knock him out.
True.
He can get the 36 or the 88mm, but you can't really hide him in a forest and get a good ambush on those Shermans.
Well, that may be accurate, but I feel like he's wasting this Vierkolonna 288, the ZIS-3 that you were talking about before. That thing's got over 2.5 kilometers of range, and he's not using any of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even firing it, which is... I mean, he can't be using that to try and counter battery the 3-inch mortar, but look, he's getting killed by the center. We finally have a Stugat Fate, which is... It's a tank, and a tank's going to be good, because there's a lot of tanks to destroy. And I feel like at this rate, it's going to come down to Korea just getting an overwhelming amount of tanks. Because he already has 4 in the field, and pretty much these tanks can easily deal with every single Luftwaffe unit, because it's all light armor essentially, except for that one Stuga. One of the Centaurs did go down. Will the Heinkel get the second? Oof. No. But Caddy, he needs to try and kill these tanks if he wants to win the match, because once he faces it, Khan, I mean, we got crocodiles, we got Churchills, we got a lot of armored vehicles on play, and it's very easy to buy them all.
True. And on top of that, too, you have just a mess of infantry. Cheap and relatively ineffective, but you got guys to hold the ground.
Yeah. And also for Caddy, the one problem with 16 Luftwaffe that I find hard is that you need to use air power to win. And honestly, bang for your buck, air power isn't that great. It's much better to have a big tank on the field, or medium-sized tank, that can stay on the field and put map presence. compared to a plane that can only come on every 4 minutes and maybe get 1 kill or 2.
Sounds about right, and yet, I don't know, I feel the 16th Luftwaffe does have a legit chance against the SSB. I feel like, honestly, if you can take the skies even remotely soon, and maybe that's where the big issue was.
Yeah, because we got the sea fires on the field, and that is making his life a little bit difficult. But he's just going to have to get an overwhelming amount of planes, and it's pretty expensive to get planes. Even at 150 points a tick, and he needs a lot to really make a huge dent, I'd have to say. So hopefully he can do something with his Dukes and get these tanks knocked out.
We have one to the north as well, too, and honestly, that Centaur is not going to pen that beast.
Nope, but he can get first hit, maybe he can stun it up, but at this range he can actually shoot the Centaur, so yeah, definitely might be able to get the kill, if he can hit, of course.
That's always a big if, isn't it?
Always a big if. And a big but too.
Aha. But no ands.
Yeah.
Stug in the middle of the field goes down super quickly. Question was it the Sherman? Was it the tank busters? I could not tell you for sure.
I think it was the Sherman. But running a tank into the middle of the town like that may not have been the best idea, especially without that much infantry. But I'm actually quite surprised, because I think Caddy would have more infantry in the town. I mean, you can't get a lot of Luftwaffe units, surprisingly, but you can definitely get enough to spam him for quite a bit. And I'm thinking some Luftwaffe pioneers in the center would be, top priority.
Sounds about right. I'm kind of wondering why he's not doing that as well. Now, we are seeing the Flak Panzers trying to come in to maybe... Yep, there's the fallback. And the Stroke 3 is still there.
Yeah, if the Stug can just chase down and get the kill on the center.
But those rockets will go and take out the Bren.
Yeah, down. But oh god, we're in C phase now, and Korea is in the lead by quite a bit, and look at all the points she gets now.
Exactly. Yep. Meanwhile, with the 16th Luftwaffe, it just starts to really, suck some wind.
Yeah, it's not good at this point. I mean, it's pretty accurate to the German air power during the second row draw. Kind of okay, and it did a good job, and they didn't really have many planes towards the end of Normandy.
Whoa! Ground fire takes out a Brit plane.
Whoa! There we go. The 88mm finally doing its work.
No, I actually think it was the Drilig.
The Drilig?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure the Fly 36 helped, but these guys seem to
a team effort.
These guys seem to do more targets than actually contributing.
And we got B3 coming in, and B3 is going to be a great choice in trying to knock out these tanks. And if he can kill the tanks, he's going to have a good time. I don't know. The B3 should be able to get out. We got the 88mm here.
True.
And he is taken back north. Man's to kill the center, and he does have armor support of the Stug, so maybe he can make a push over here and try to gain some ground, because it is 50-50 even, so there is a chance for him to come back. And there's still 18 minutes left.
That is true, but he'd have to go and completely dominate the map.
Yeah, he's gonna really need a +2 point advantage eventually to try and take us, but considering that Commandos is pretty running low on infantry, he could take his town if he was to just rear it down a little bit more.
Now, I realize this might be an unpopular opinion, but why not bring stuff later game like the Bren groups?
I like bringing the Bren groups for Commandos, especially funny considering you get packs of Trove.
Yep.
Meaning that you can buy your entire card of Bren group in one tick and still have money left over. But some people don't like doing it just because they just want more 2-star infantry. It's a bit more risky, I have to say, but I highly recommend taking Bren groups. It just gives you some infantry to fall back on.
Thank you for adding that in there. Honestly, I was really kind of confused. I mean, I know, at least on my SSB deck, I do have the Brens. I mean, and I'm not a top player, but just looking to test the waters.
Yeah, I usually take like all cards of 2 stars, and then I just leave 1 slot left just for Bren groups. It's just enough phase, just to have fresh bodies in the forest. That's all the Bren groups do. Fresh bodies in the forest. I've been messing around with 15s, actually a little bit off topic, and a buddy suggested this, but it's a 15 Scots deck where you mainly just use Brent groups and have like 1 or 2 cards, 3 cards of riflemen.
Ah, so basically you kind of run a Soviet style of infantry. Interesting.
Yeah, but also if you have like a lot of Brent groups, they can beat Panzer Grenadiers in open ground because like 4 Brent groups kill Panzer Grenadiers.
Well, taking fire from 4 different sources is definitely going to ramp up that suppression pretty damn quick.
I mean, if you get one or 2 pea shooters, they're not great, but if you have a lot of pea shooters, you have a potato gun.
I'm not sure if vegetables work out that way, but if you say so.
I don't know. Still pizza to me.
Are you sure? It kind of sounds like more like an apples and oranges kind of conversation, but... So you're right, by the way. We are going to see Command Churchill up to the north. This guy has nobody to really be fearing. I don't know why he's being as aggressive as he is along this road.
The Churchill?
Yeah.
Mainly because he doesn't have any infantry to push with, so he has to push with the tank. That Stu could kill it. He's definitely in range to get the pen. And judging by where he can't really see the Churchill unless he wants to sneak up a bit, and then it just comes down to who can shoot who first.
Well, that could be a beautiful side shot, but yeah, like you said, it's first shot, first kill.
Yep. And we finally got some Luftwaffe pioneers in the town, and if they can get those grenade charges off, it doesn't matter if you're 0-star or 2-star, they're gonna hurt.
True. We're seeing that happening already. You've seen one of the strongholds being reduced completely. Royal Marines taking on out, fighting to the end. Brave bastards. But Flammenwerfer coming on in as well.
Oh, they're gonna get, if they get into that building, those Royal Marines are gonna get rather toasty rather quickly.
That is 100% accurate. And here we go.
There we go. There we go. And that's a good use of flamethrowers, yeah. I mean, that little crappy 25.0 star flamethrower unit completely knocked out that 30.2 star unit. Easily.
And let's not forget the way he dominated the early part of the map with that.
Yeah, that was really good flamethrower positioning here. And pretty much every unit, is killing all the commandos right now. I don't think he's going to be able to buy any more infantry at this point. Oh look, we got the firecracker. Finally, I'm so glad we get to see the firecracker in a replay now.
Oh, hey, there we go. I thought you were talking about the
Morris LRC.
The crocodile I thought you were talking about down to the south.
Yeah, it's also a good fight. Well, no, that's more of like an Aussie barbecue.
The Roman candle.
Yeah, shrimp on the barbie.
Yep, and he goes up like a Roman candle. Yikes.
I gotta see. He's gonna place that down on the town. And that's gonna be a good way in buying him some time for the town, considering he probably doesn't have any infantry left to contest it. But, it's just gonna buy him time, and that's what he really needs. He has a huge point advantage, and he does need to even out to 0-0 to win this match, because if Caddy continues at his rate, it's gonna be a draw.
Now, I do have to say, I'm a little surprised, but at long last, it looks like all the anti-air that's been brought on out by Caddy is starting to pay dividends.
Yep.
The air power for Korea real quick, comes on in and just gets pushed back almost instantly. I'm sorry, go ahead, what are you saying?
But yeah, like, once you get 288mm on the field, you're good as Luftwaffe, especially in a 1v1 on a more smaller map, such as this. Early game, because he kept losing all this 88mm to run pesky horsemen, he couldn't really have that air power or the AA to help him out early on, but now he's actually keeping his AA units alive. It's working much well for him in the long run, as we can see.
Well, I mean, even the Flak Panzer Brens and the Tree League, I mean, those guys are putting up a curtain of flak you could walk on.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I mean, he has the Dreelings alive up north and down south, and yeah, those Flak Panzers are bringing really good infantry support. And looking down south, he's making lots of ground. There's nothing really to stop him, as one lone Flak Panzer braves on the SSB commandos.
That is 100% accurate, and we have a 58-42 in favor for Caddy.
Wow, do you think he's gonna be able to take this back?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm still waiting for the fire. Oh, never mind. That was a satchel charge. Oh, sorry, Gebäudeleitung. I was hoping that was the beginning of the firecrackers, but I guess not.
Yeah, I'm hoping he fires it off soon, because now would be the time to try and hold his advantage, hold his attack.
There we go. 20 seconds.
There you go. And it's gonna get oh, he went for the more faster. He didn't do the huge barrage. So this is gonna be 960 rockets in like a minute.
The terrifying one, really.
That's gonna be a pretty terrifying minute in that town for those 4 people.
Excuse me.
B1 gets killed on Sherman, and yeah, his air power is really starting to work out for Caddy. This is exactly how you're meant to be playing Luftwaffes. You know, he brings in the B1, gets a kill, and then bugs out, and AA covers him. Just good, damn good play. And look at the fireworks.
Indeed. You know what? I think when I put this one on, I kind of want to put some 1812 Overture here. I might be wrong. I might not. But guys, if you're hearing the 1812 Overture right now, know that it was premeditated. Oh my gosh. That is hell down there.
Yep, I would not want to be in that town, and now is going to be a good time for him, well, not exactly right now, considering it's pretty explosive in the town, but afterwards would be a good time to move in with, like, what is 7 guys, the 3 Royal Marines, and a single commando leader.
Now, I'm a little bit stunned that even if he takes the town, though. I'm sorry?
Same with the German infantry in the town.
But excuse me. I'm a little bit stunned, though, that even taking the town will mean precisely nothing.
Yeah, it's not that much territory control, really, considering how well the flanks are going for Caddy. I don't think it's going to be a huge dent, and also considering he can just bring up, like, 2 Pioneer squads and clear it out, because those satchel charges are the great equalizer.
Very, very true. And it's interesting to me to see how this has been a complete reversal over the initial positioning here.
And it's funny, because, like, you look at the points and you'd be like, nah, Caddy's gonna be buggered. But, no, he's doing really well. He's knocking out all the tanks, essentially. And that's allowing him to slowly pave a way through the front line. We've seen some more Marines and the commando leader down south and Crocodile. But, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna make a little bit of a breakthrough.
Now, was it the 960 rockets? Because it's been going on for quite a bit of time here.
Yeah, okay, maybe it's 2 or 3 minutes, but it's definitely the smaller barrage.
Hank, in the meantime, does something very, very brave. He comes in and shoots up a Willys Jeep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a very brave Hankel. Especially with that big 75mm gun. Good target.
Well, let's be careful. We're heckling a Henkel, so... Truly, in the meantime, takes out... There's another one. Wow. So that's wow. 2 has been taken out by the 4500.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like, what, 6 15mm machine guns on the back of a truck? I would not want to be shot by that.
Yeah.
That's a literal flak hole. I mean, those are literally naval guns that you put on ships.
I haven't thought of it. You're absolutely right. I haven't thought about that. But Henkel is still kind of swinging on around, just kind of taking his time, enjoying the air.
You know, just as long as he can knock out Crocodile or Center, try to get those important targets, that's all he needs to do. Keep the tanks off field, and he's got the match.
Which just, honestly, this is why you don't give up. You never give up, you never surrender, you keep pushing forward, all that kind of jazz.
Never give up, never surrender. Is that G.I. Joe?
No, Galaxy Quest, good sir. That's Tim Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. Okay, people might watch Orville now. No. Without a doubt, Galaxy Quest is the reason something like Orville even got made.
Damn right.
Crocodile goes down, by the way, becomes rather extinct as Hankel comes on in. And the Hellcat might finally claim its victim.
Maybe. Oh, I got the C-Fire too. And oh, look at 88mm getting the snipe.
To the north? I wasn't paying attention. I was actually watching the 129 go down.
C-Fire does get the kill on the Heinkel. But yeah, it did its damage. And that's all that really matters. And look, +2 point advantage. I'm really surprised by its outcome. Very surprised. Almost
as surprised as watching this Morris LRC bounce around off the Bren carrier.
Yeah.
There we go. After 5 rounds, he finally takes him on down. You're a brave soul, aren't you?
Yeah, just...
Ooh, Jaegers, use your Faust Patron. Please, kill the Staghound.
So close, so close. There is a recon Staghound too, so it's going to have a good chance of spotting those Luftwaffe. Yeah, but at the same time, Faust Patron. It's very fast.
And the other Henkel's come on in, by the way. He's come in, taking shots at the Centaur, and the Centaur's falling on back. So I wonder if we're going to see a surrender here or what. In the meantime, Jaeger moves on in. He's going in, boys. Aligning. Kill!
Yeah, there we go.
And Khan is a happy panda again.
Yeah. And just looking on the map, I mean, there's no more allied tanks, and I think Korea is going to be calling a GG.
Which is just stunning. Wow.
Wow, I'm shocked and stunned. That was a very good match from both sides.
Exactly, exactly. Now, we are going to see the Managers Korea has a picture of Kim Jong insert syllable here.
I think that's some sort of impersonator. I don't know. That doesn't look real. That looks photoshopped.
Well, he said somebody's number one. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's someone's number one. But looking at the kills, that center, free flag 36, 88mm. That's pretty good.
That is a great return on your investment. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, that's for damn. Yeah, and knocking out those A8s, like I said before, denied Caddy from getting a good AA net early on to really take advantage of air power. It wasn't until later where he managed to keep his 88mm alive is when he managed to turn things around.
Now, it's a little surprising to me to check out the losses for them. Not really a lot of major killers. I mean, you have the Stug, and you have a Flak 36 that's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I mean, we have, what, one plane, one of the Drilligs, and one of the Jaegers. No real standouts outside of 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing too crazy. It's all pretty evenly centered around. But I'm just going to look at the history real fast, because early on, there's a lot of blue deaths. A lot of blue deaths. Losing 2 commando assaults back to back, that is not good.
No, until about 720 or so, though.
Yeah, I mean, he loses so much commander infantry right at the start. That's not good at all. And, later on, he managed to get a bit more kills on Caddy stuff. But then towards the end, he loses so many more of his commando units, Royal Marines, and tanks. Yeah, he just couldn't hold on to that ground.
I am stunned by how streaky it is. Phase A was all red. Was all blue kills.
Yep.
Phase B was a fair bit of red, and then Phase C seemed like right back to blues again. Good gosh.
Yeah, it was up and down like both sides' economies.
Very, very true. We bell curved this out of this one.
Yeah, it's a bell curve of a match.
But a brilliant one. Any last thoughts there, though, Ring?
No, that was a damn good match, and Cadilakor will be moving on to the next round. And
really, man, it changed Korea. You really changed my heart today. So, brilliant job, bad luck, but brilliant job. So that's going to be it for us today. Caddy takes out Man Changed Korea 2-0 with a brilliant game over here against the SSB. And we'll see you all next time. So I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo. Take it easy.